All right, folks, welcome to Yak Math Videos for a little stats 1300 help on your confidence interval. For the mean mini projects, we're going to have one for the mean, and then we're going to have one for the proportion this week. Yes, you're going to have two mini projects / mini homeworks this week. All right, so this first one, folks, you're literally just using your calculator. Type all that into list one. So here's another example. So what I did for this one is, this is going to be a little tough here. All right, so you hit stat. Everybody, we know we hit stat. We hit edit. Then you're just going to type all that info. So I just typed in another sort of money-making thing there. So it's a store that makes a little bit less. A little mom-pop place. Anyway, type them all in. In this example, I believe I had 35. Okay, we know your calculator might round it differently, you know, but at the end, it's still going to, like this one says 3028.4 in there, but it definitely says 0.36, all right? So anyway, I've got 35 in there. So I need to figure out X bar S, and I obviously know N is 35. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit second stats. You hit second stats. All right, and then you go over to math. Second stat, go over to math, as we did in the first semester. And, oh, we don't hit second stat. I'm sorry. Did I hit second stat? Calc. Oh, no, you just hit stat. No. Remember, we don't need second stat. You just hit stat again. So rewind. All you do here is hit stat. You go over to calc, and you hit one variable statistics. Now, yours might ask you, remember we got different models here, yours might ask you which list you wanted from. The default is list 1. I just hit second L1, comes out of list 1. All right, and there's my info. So I know what X bar is. Let's see. We're going to switch that. Always the best video quality and editing here on Yak Math Videos. There's X bar. The SX, which is 233.00, that's what we want, and there's N. All right, so what we're going to do then, this question, all these questions ask you to build a 95% confidence interval, and like what can you say they should expect to do in a certain day, or something like that. So that's all the data. That's the formula that you're going to use for all of these. All right, the calculator gives me X bar, S of X, which is sample standard deviation, N and Z. And I use the formula for that. So in this question, if it says like, what can the store say it makes in a day? Obviously the mean, but the store is going to go on the high side. So the store could confidently say like, or reasonably confidently say like 3250, 3,250 bucks, maybe a little bit lower than that absolute max there for the confidence interval. Obviously the store doesn't want to say they make 3110, right? That's on the low end. Store's going to say they make more. So store could say, 3,250 is what they make daily. So that's what you're going to do on this first one here. State the sample mean, sample standard deviation, 95% confidence interval. That's what CI means. Those are easy to get. And remark on what the store should claim for the weekday's sales total. So you're probably going to use something on the high end of that confidence interval. Number of daily steps for maybe one of your favorite teachers here. What should this person expect to get each day? That's something you want to use. Just say, here's the confidence interval this person's going to get between these many steps each day. All right, that one's pretty easy. Then number 3, you're just comparing. You're basically, this one's easy. So if the confidence intervals overlap, always round to the nearest hundredth on these. Every single question round to 2 decimal places, the nearest hundredth. All right. If there's overlap between the managers, then you can't say it. But if there's no overlap, then you know which one wins. Again, you want fewer accidents here. GPA, you want your GPA to be higher. Same thing with the overlap. Okay, here you're going to round to the nearest hundredth. That's how GPA is in this example. If there's no overlap, you can't tell who's the smarter group. If there is overlap, No, I'm sorry, if there is no overlap, then you do know who's the smartest. If there is overlap, then you can't confidently say. All right, this is honestly not that long. So this due date, it's maybe going to be Wednesday. Like I'll give you a little help tomorrow, and then you're turning it in, kind of deal. And then the last page, do list those 2 questions you wish to have polled by a sample of students at this school. Like, should you be required to run a 5K every day? Something like that. All right. So have those out and ready, and that's a part of this assignment too. All right, folks, this is the Yak Math video signing out.